Salazar, he showed a very consistent style and a lot of confidence.
Yes, Tim, he's a very, very good technical boxer. Throws short punches, straight punches, which is what you're supposed to do in boxing. But he's up against a tremendous puncher in Romero. I think Romero is probably the hardest puncher in the tournament. I think he could probably beat some of the heavyweights.
21-year-old Pablo Romero from Pinar del Rio in Cuba, the 1983 world champion, and last year as well, and the national champion of Cuba the last couple of years. He has fought only once. He stopped Miguel Mosna of Argentina with a first-round knockout. There were only 7 entries in this light heavyweight division. Romero had a bye into the semifinals. The referee is John Stockdale from Jamaica. The judges are from Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, and Brazil.
Two things you have to find out then when you fight a puncher. Number one is, can he take a punch? And number two is, how is his stamina? Because these guys, they're used to hitting guys and they go in the first round. When they get into the later rounds, a lot of times they get tired.
Well, again, he's only had the one bout, and it lasted 1 round. Wants to load up on that right hand, and he can sling it.
And also the left hook. He has a vicious left hook to the body and to the head.
The younger Cuban making a mark for himself, especially among the Cuban big men from here on up to heavyweight and super heavyweight. Teofilo Stevenson on the sidelines, still saying he will compete at the Olympics in 1984, but not here in Caracas.
Tim, sorry, Brent, they say he'll compete. I imagine he's going to have to win the Cuban heavyweight championship to compete. There'll probably be, I don't know if he has it anymore.
Well, he's got that good-looking Toyo in the heavyweight division. The super heavyweight Gonzalez was not impressive, beating Tyrell Biggs, but by then Romero and Toyo could be up there with Stevenson. Evander Holyfield, meanwhile, calmly going about his business here, keeping those elbows in and working consistently against the apparently harder punching Romero. Hanging to the body, Holyfield.
Holyfield is close. Very, very good punches. And short punches, and they're on the mark. Looking good to the body, too.
Those are good scoring punches for Holyfield. Caution to, I guess, both fighters for leaning in with their heads.
There's good right hand to the body by Holyfield. And one back by Romero. Holyfield keeping that left hand up good, Tim. He's catching those right hands with his arm.
Yes, he is.
Romero throws a winging right hand. There he is, a little wide. And Holyfield is punching inside Romero's punches, which he should do.
Holyfield in the last 30 seconds has been effective at blocking and scoring himself inside.
Looks very, very good, Tim.
Down under 30 seconds, approaching the 20-second mark to go in round 1. Evander Holyfield, not well known internationally, but here he is going for the gold against the young Cuban Romero. He's had a solid first round. Final seconds of round 1. Good combination by Holyfield.
Armando Azarcar of Venezuela joined Tim and Gil.
Wait for the bell.
There is Pablo Romero, who did not sit down between rounds. He is a seeming bundle of energy. Can't wait to get back out there. The referee, John Stockdale, waits for one of the stools to be removed. Evander Holyfield had himself a good first round as we saw it, which clearly doesn't mean anything. But Romero, the Cuban, comes out throwing that right hand, and this time lands a couple. Now Holyfield staying there, banging back, but Romero a little busier in that exchange, piling up some points. Now Holyfield with a combination. Holyfield pouring in. He is not at all intimidated by the rangy Cuban.
Jim, I wish these referees would let these kids fight. Take so much away from them. They're trying to concentrate on their opponents. After a while, they're worrying about the referee.
Point well taken again, Gilbert. Holyfield staying close to Romero, banging to the body. Romero staying busy, and that is what catches the eyes of the judges.
Thus far today, that's what has caught the eyes of the judges, Tim. Holyfield's doing a beautiful job. His punches are shorter, and he beats Romero to the punch.
Good right-hand lead scored by Holyfield. He's a strong young man. Got Romero a little difficulty on the ropes. Holyfield pounding away. A little snap gun from Romero, at least momentarily.
Very impressive performance by Evander Holyfield. Tim, good 1-2 again. Look at the way he took those punches together.
Holyfield doing a fine job here in round 2. Blocking Romero's punches well.
Romero's punches are wide, Tim. And he's picking them off with his arms. I just hope that these great officials that we have are seeing that these punches are being blocked. So far today, we found that by throwing punches, you score points, not by landing them.
We're down to 1:12 to go here in the second round.
Good right hand by Holyfield again, Tim. Good left hook, 2 more. 3 good punches.
Well, Romero has shown he can take a punch because Holyfield has landed plenty.
Well, here again, we had great action going, and the referee steps in. Holyfield blocked that punch with his elbows.
Combination scored by Holyfield. Back to the body comes Romero with a left. His punches to the head have not been scoring. Doesn't mean he's not getting points for them, just means they haven't been landing.
When Holyfield throws, he lands.
Every short punch inside. Holyfield.
There he is again. Beautiful
Good leg. Romero's taking some punishment from Evander Holyfield from Decatur, Georgia. He's a football fan who can box. Under 30 seconds to go. Round 2.
Good combination again by Holyfield. Another good left hook by Holyfield, Tim. And he's got those hands up, blocking Romero's punches. Good countering beautifully.
Beautiful counterpunching job by Holyfield. Final seconds of round number 2. That'll do it.
Just moments ago, he, Tim, and Gill.
All right, here we see Holyfield. Look at that uppercut inside. Those punches punching inside Romero every time.
All right, we're ready for round number 3. Evander Holyfield in blue, the Cuban Pablo Romero in red. And a warning, we're blocked by Romero. I guess it was a low blow.
Well, it looked like a borderline punch to me, Tim. Right on the borderline. And a good left hook by Holyfield. He's a good technical boxer, Tim. He got hit on the chin.
Romero landed one of those outside punches. Holyfield covering up here, having some difficulty against Romero now, covering up, trying to get himself free inside. Now he starts chopping, but Romero, meanwhile, wailing away.
That's all right, Tim. The round has 3 minutes to go. He's expending a lot of energy, Romero is, early in the round.
Yes, but he's scoring those critical points by the judges we've seen who love that kind of activity, whether it is a scoring punch or not. And we know of at least one judge in this bout who didn't fill in the blank for round 2, sitting next to us. So he's going to reserve his judgment on the second round until the end of the fight, which is an interesting way to do it.
Well, I don't know why he didn't fill in his blank, Tim, because Holyfield won the second round pretty good.
Romero staying busy, and Holyfield has slowed up his pace a little bit. He's just staying close to Romero, but not throwing many punches. He's got to get busier. Now he doesn't land the left.
Tim, we've mentioned so many times that in these amateur bouts, there 3 minutes, you've got to come back and win that third round. They forget what you did in the first. They're supposed to write it down on paper, but a lot of times, whatever happens, I don't know. Third round is very, very important. And Romero is very tired, Tim. Holyfield could take over about now. Just has to have to drive.
Romero landed a good, solid right hand.
Holyfield is not punching. Got to get those hands busy, Tim. Here his hands are in perfect position to punch, and he's not punching.
This is totally contrary to what he did in the first 2 rounds. There's a big right hand by Romero.
He stopped punching, Tim. That's what happened. Why? Who knows? Romero looks more tired, but he's the guy that's doing the work.
Holyfield is evidently tired because he just is trying to smother now Romero. He takes another right hand. Romero taking the fight away from Holyfield. Holyfield will not punch. Now he lets the right go and he missed it. Holyfield has just gone downhill in this third round. Romero sensing that He's throwing punches as tired as he is.
Holyfield's hands are in position. Timothy just doesn't move them.
Another right hand landed by Romero. Now Holyfield digs to the body. Romero, another good right hand.
And another right hand.
This is a real good display by the Cuban of sucking it up here in the third round, taking the play away from Holyfield.
Well, we said he could punch him. He said Holyfield with everything but the kitchen sink, and he's still standing there.
He probably lost some snaps if he is tired, but mainly he's been the busier guy by far. Another right hand, pouring it on to Holyfield. And there it is. It's all over. With Romero getting one extra one in, and a strong third round for the Cuban that may well win him the bout. We'll be back with the decision in a moment.
All right, Tim, we'll get that decision. It has been tough to leave decisions in the hands of the judges. The biggest controversy so far, the boxing tournament, involved this young man sitting next to me right now, Paul Gonzalez, who lost a controversial fight to Rafael Ramos here earlier this afternoon. Now, we're going to review those tapes with Paul, and we're going to find out how he felt about the decision. The judges had voted 3-2 in his favor, but because it was a split decision, it then went to the jury. And the 5 members of the jury board voted 4-1 against Paul Gonzalez. And that's why he lost the gold medal and had to settle for the silver. And I think you'll be very interested in reviewing some of those highlights with Paul. But now, let's go back and see how Holyfield makes out. He, of course, was matched against the Cuban, as were so many of our fighters.
Yeah, we're back here now for the decision. The decision in the light heavyweight division.
Proclama campeón en la división semipesado hasta 81 kilogramos. Decisión victoria por puntos 4-1 en la esquina roja, Pablo Romero.
4-1 decision for Pablo Romero, the gold medal winner at 178 pounds, and it would appear that a strong third round pulled that one out.